far as the Josh Rosen acquisition goes, what was your role in playing in helping Coach Flores and Chris Kerr kind of come to this move and how you guys move forward with this?
Yeah, I mean, our role, as a coaching staff is to kind of evaluate everyone through the entire process. There's other positions, obviously, that we evaluated through the process. Josh Rosen in the quarterback position was one of many that we went through. The staff did a great job of, evaluating the players that we feel like can come help our football team and can contribute. Not only at the quarterback position, but there was many other positions that our guys were heavily involved in that, did a great job and spent a lot of time and a lot of work in inquiring players that we think can help our team.
Coach, what excites you about getting a guy who already has a year of experience and still super young? What excites you about a type of guy like that at the quarterback position?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, again, at all positions, whenever you can acquire a player that has talent and some ability, that it's encouraging for all of us. And that's our job as coaches, and our personnel department's done a great job of putting together a roster that's going to be competitive. And I think it's important to add competition to the roster. The quarterback position is just one of many that we've been fortunate to add competition. And I think competition is going to bring the best out in this football team. And I certainly think our personnel department, led by Chris Greer, has done a wonderful job of giving us the opportunity as a coaching staff to have a very competitive spring.
How much does getting the right quarterback accelerate the whole process of this offense coming together?
Yeah, I think that there's a lot of positions on this offense that are very important, and obviously the quarterback position is an important part of it. But there's certainly other positions that are equally as important. They really are, and that's what I think is great about our roster right now. Is I think we have competition. I think we have competition at the quarterback spot. I mean, that's a spot that you really have a good group of guys right now. The veterans, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I can't say enough about Ryan and what he's done. He's come in our building and he's provided great leadership. He's obviously provided a veteran presence, and he has certainly embraced everything we've asked him to do. He's also embraced the competition at the position, just as all the other quarterbacks have done. I mean, I think that between Jake, Josh, and Ryan, they've really done everything we've asked them to do. They've worked hard, and I think that their goal is to improve every day and try to help this team win.
But how much does getting the right quarterback accelerate? I mean,
well, I think I think the quarterback's an important part of it, but I don't want to say that that the other positions aren't as important. They are, and there's a lot of positions right now on our roster that have a lot of competition, and certainly the quarterback position, we were fortunate to add a player recently in Josh that adds competition, and I think that, again, anytime you can add competition to the team, that's the goal.
How do you go about managing a quarterback competition situation differently than an undisputed incumbent starter?
Yeah, I think that whenever you have a competitive situation in any position, what's going to speak for itself is their performance on the field, and they'll basically get what they earn, and that's true of our entire roster. We always tell the players that what your role is going to be based off of what you do on the practice field and how you perform, and that's true of the quarterback position too. I mean, again, this is a very competitive situation, in that we have options at the position. We have 3 guys in the room that are working very hard. We're very pleased with their work ethic. We're very pleased with their overall attitude and what they brought this spring, and we're excited to see them this spring.
Chad, talk about the trade. Did you meet Josh beforehand? And who were probably some coaches or people that you may have spoken to?
Yeah, I mean, whenever we have an interest in a player, and obviously we didn't have any contact prior to him being here. So whenever there's a player that we're involved in, it's an evaluation. We try to do our homework and reach out to as many people as we might have mutual contacts with and relationships, and try to be as thorough as we can in the evaluation process. And I mean, again, that's true of any draft pick. That's true of anybody in free agency, just not the Josh Rosen situation. But I think we're all fortunate to have, relationships in this league of people that we trust, who we can lean on to provide us information on players throughout the draft process or the free agency process. So I think that's probably, that's helpful in our evaluation. And again, our personnel department's done a great job of being very thorough in everything they've done since we've been here as a coaching staff.
Is there anything in particular or a number of factors that you heard from other people that made you feel comfortable with pursuing Josh and having him in the store?
Yeah, I think that there's a number of factors, again, involved in the evaluation of every player that we currently have on our roster, especially the ones we just acquired. I mean, it's a process that you have to be thorough, detailed, and that's why, again, we're fortunate to have the personnel department, led by Chris, and they've done a great job of really giving us some players on this roster that it's going to be a very competitive team in a lot of positions. Yeah, I mean, Josh definitely brings some strengths. He is a player that's played in this league already 1 year, so I think that anytime you can acquire a player that has ability at any position and has played in the league and as young as he is, I think that's very attractive to us. Josh is certainly, within the short period of time that we've had to work with him, he's come in and really worked hard. He's tried to learn the offense as much as he can. He's done a good job in that area. He's got a long way to go, as do our players as we start in really our spring practice. We have a long way to go, and I think the goal for him is to work hard, put the team first, and try to improve every day, and no different than any of our other players.
You're responsible for the entire offense, but how hands-on are you going to be with, the quarterbacks?
Yeah, we're very fortunate. We have a very good coaching staff, and we have a couple guys working with the quarterbacks that I think are really doing a great job, and we're very fortunate to have here in Jim Caldwell and Jerry Shaplinski. Those two work directly with Josh on a daily basis. They spend a lot of time we can spend with them. They spend with them as much as they can, and I can't say enough about their work in this area with this particular position. They've done a great job, and again, I'm very fortunate as the offense coordinator to have a great staff, and those two guys are doing a great job working with Ryan, Jake, and Josh.
Chad, can I take you back in time a little bit?
Sure.
Your father was trainer at the University
Yeah,
of Miami.
that's right.
You were a kid playing
Yeah.
football in the Orange Bowl parking lot?
Yep, you got it. So, yeah.
How old were you then? What do you remember about that?
I never missed a game from 1979 through 1984 season. I didn't miss a home game at the Orange Bowl. My dad was the athletic trainer there for Coach Snellenberger and Jimmy Johnson for 1 year, so in 1984. So I have very great memories of being there on game day in the Orange Bowl.
Were you playing pickup games
Oh
in
yeah,
the parking lot?
pick up on the grass parking lot, as we all know it, in the old Orange Bowl. So
how many kids?
it was as many kids as we had on the coaching staff at the time, and we had a lot of, Clay Helton was one of them. He's now the head coach at USC, so his father was on staff at the time. So a lot of great memories from those days. It was really a great memory. I had an opportunity to go out to the Marlins game recently here, and just to be there where, the Orange Bowl was really a neat experience. And I have great memories of, this city, and great memories of the University of Miami and Coach Snellenberger and all
How
those
old
years.
were you then?
I was, call it 7 to 12.
And what were your dreams then?
The dreams was to be the quarterback at the University of Miami and play for Coach Snellenberger. But I only grew as tall as 5'11" and 3/4, and I went another path. So no, I have a lot of respect for the University of Miami. I have a lot of respect for Miami. I obviously have great memories of the Orange Bowl and great memories of the great players that kind of got that program started. I was fortunate to be a kid growing up at a time where I could wear a Jim Kelly jersey, a Kozar jersey, and a Testaverde jersey kind of all at once. So that to me is pretty special.
It's strange how your life has evolved, and you're back here now.
It is. Been very fortunate. You bet.
Chad, a quick question. Just when you have you have a veteran guy,
Yep.
you have a second-year guy. How much does the offense change depending on which guy is there?
Yeah, I think that the good thing about this offense that we've tried to put in place, it has flexibility, and it's always going to try to play to the strengths of the player. And I think that obviously the quarterback position is as important as anybody in the offense as far as their strengths and how they fit within the offense. So I think the flexibility in the system is really been helpful to us and is allowing us to identify what our team does best. And certainly we have 3 quarterbacks on the roster that I feel like all have strengths, and it's going to be competitive. But yeah, it definitely has a lot to do with the offense, and the offense has a lot to do with the quarterback.